Hi, Leanne. How are you?
I'm good, Shika. How are you?
I'm well. I'm well. Thanks so much for joining me today.
My pleasure. I've heard a lot about, and I've seen a lot of things that you've been posting lately on Instagram, on YouTube, and on Facebook, Dose of Inspirational Light. And I just wanted to know what inspired you to do that.
Thanks. Yeah, I don't know, like there's a lot of pages out there already, but I just had this like inner whispering intuition, so to speak, that I should do something and record my own personal journey. I know there's a lot of people already doing that, but if not now, when, right? So I had to like listen to that intuition and go for it. But basically, just in terms of a background, I had a little bit of an anxiety issue 5 6 weeks ago. I just felt that there was like a whole lot of feelings of being overwhelmed all of a sudden, and there were a lot of things happening on the personal side as well. And just this feeling was so overwhelming that when I reached out to my family, of course they were very supportive, and it was breathe and just take it easy and it will pass and it's just a passing phase. Everything will be okay, comments that were made. But I just still felt a bit overwhelmed by it, so much so that I had to go and see my GP. And,
Mhm.
I've heard a lot about mental health, and, we celebrate Are You Okay Day every, end of the year, every year. But, this was all a theory. And when it happens to you in real life, even though I had heard a lot about it, I just did not know what to do. I had to go see a
Yeah.
GP. I just felt overwhelmed. And then later on, I discovered by talking to you that you were a lifeline counselor, and I wanted to just ask you a little bit about lifeline, and for people like me who are feeling anxious, what can they do in situations like this?
Sure, sure. So I'm glad you've asked because Lifeline is a service that is available to people who are struggling, and it sounds like it would have been a great support to you at the time. Available 24/7 by fully trained staff, and you'll always find somebody any time of day or night who is a listening ear, who is compassionate, supportive, to help you through that time of struggle that you are going through. We've noticed that the number of calls have increased greatly, especially through COVID. But yeah, we are essentially a suicide crisis support line. However, we support anybody who's going through a dark moment in life, and ensuring that they feel heard, validated, and encouraged to find the strengths within to get through that dark moment.
That's awesome to know. Yeah, I've heard about Lifeline, but I had no idea that I could call them when I was feeling this way. It was just when the GP suggested, and then later on I found out that you were also a counselor for Lifeline. So who are these people that are listening to us on the other side at Lifeline?
So, like I said, we get full training through the Lifeline system, which is at least a few months, where we are encouraged to practice pretend calls before we get on the actual call with somebody. We also do a lot of role plays to help us to understand what to do in the moment. We also get supported with a guardian, a supervisor, to help us on those first few calls where it may be a little daunting at first. And then once we've got our training wheels off, we're able to support people ourselves through that time. So it is a very structured and intense training that is given before people are allowed to be on the phones.
That's fantastic. Thanks so much, Leanne, for letting us know. Now I know there's some listeners or people who are watching our videos are joining in from overseas. I'm sure there's something similar, like Lifeline in each country.
Yeah.
And for those who are tuning in from Sydney or anywhere in Australia, then if you are feeling something, the first point of contact can be Lifeline.
Yeah. So the number is 13 11 14 if you want to call inside Australia, and there will be someone there to help.
Great. Thanks so much, Leanne. Yeah, now I know. And I hope it helps somebody else as well. Thanks for chatting to
Yeah,
me.
certainly. You're never alone. My pleasure. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Leanne.